Hello everybody, so today I have a products I regret buying video, and keep in mind that some of these products are products that I just don't like because I think the quality is really low and they're just bad products. Some of these are products that I just don't use very often, and so I regret buying them because I just don't really use them, you know? Keep in mind too that some of these products I know some people love, so take this all with a grain of salt. You know, it's some products you may want to avoid, but it's also products that if they work for you, I think that is awesome and totally go for it. Repurchase it as much as you want. I'm not bashing on your favorite foundation or anything, but for me, they just were big no-nos. So with that, I'm just going to get right on into it and start with makeup. The first thing, and I know you guys will probably blow up at me for this, but it is the Revlon ColorStay Foundation. I have this in the shade 150 Buff. I cannot stand this stuff, to be completely honest. I don't like the coverage, I don't like the feel. I feel like it's very cakey, very masky looking, and overall it's just kind of drying. And although I do like the staying power, the fact that you literally have 2 seconds to blend it in before it sets kind of sucks. The other thing that I hate about this is I cannot mix it in with my moisturizer. Every single time it gets this weird tacky, thick, gross feel, and it's not blendable on my face. So I'm like, well, that kind of sucks. And I think it's because it's meant to repel moisture and basically stay on your face for like as long as you want it to. I just don't like it. I feel like the overall finish of it on my face, it looks like I'm wearing foundation. And so I must say that although a lot of people love this, and this is why I bought this, I can't stand this. And it's definitely a product that I just totally regret buying. And then the next thing is another product that has a bit of a cult following. And it is the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish Natural. Now, it's not that I don't like this product, I definitely do. I think that it's a fantastic powder. However, there is another option that is very similar to this that I like a whole lot more. The product I'm talking about, you guys may already know if you've watched a lot of my videos, it's the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder. These are basically the same type of ideas. They're baked products, and they're supposed to give a very nice natural skin-like finish to the face, and I feel like the Sephora option is so much better. It's so much more pigmented. I like the finish of it more. The overall feel of it's nicer. It's a lot more silkier. I think that this just has such a low pigmentation level, and it can feel kind of chalky at certain times. Because of that reason, I just don't ever reach for this. So I regret buying it because I purchased it and I don't use it because I bought this one. I think that this one is a million times better. And then finally, for foundation-y type of products, the next one is the Revlon PhotoReady BB Cream. I have this in the shade Light. I can't stand this stuff. I've tried wearing it a few different times with primers, with different powders. I've tried using this as a primer. It makes your skin so greasy. Like, if you have extremely, extremely dry skin and you need a whole lot of moisture, maybe you would like this. But even I have dry skin, it just doesn't really do much. It doesn't cover anything. I mean, it is so extremely sheer, and the overall feel of it is just really greasy, really does nothing but make my skin more oily, and that's not what I want in a product. So this was a definite regret. The next product is a cheek product, and this is from Smashbox, and it's the Fusion Soft Lights in the shade Intermix. This is what it looks like. So it's sort of like a bizarre combination of colors, and as you can kind of see, I've tried using it a few times and I just cannot get it to work. If you guys have something like this and you know ways to use it, tell me, because other than like for eyes, the color is just so strange. This is a swatch of it right there. It kind of looks like it could be like a bronzer type of a color, but it's so shimmery and just so awkward, it doesn't work. It was a pretty expensive product, and I do actually like the feel of the powder. The feel is very silky and very smooth. I just don't like it. It's not something I can use as a highlighter. I don't like using it as a bronzer because it's kind of too shimmery and sheeny, and then as a blush it's muddy looking. Overall, stay away from this unless you feel like you can really make the color work for you, because the powder and the actual product is good. It's just the color on this that's a little bit weird. Well, I guess I kind of lied to you guys. I have another foundation product. It was sort of hiding in the back here. It's the Sonia Kashuk Perfecting Luminous Foundation. And the packaging of this is kind of weird. It's like this little squeeze tube bottle thing. Oh my god, where do I even start with this? I hate this more than I hate the Revlon ColorStay, and I really cannot stand the Revlon ColorStay. This stuff is so thick and it smells like black licorice, and if you're like me, you hate black licorice. Not even a smell that like dissipates after a while. It stays on your skin forever. Here it is, you can see not runny at all, which isn't a big problem. You know, some really nice creamy foundations are useful, but this is just thick and it's sticky, and just the feeling right now of running my finger through this, I want to stop. It gives a really nice coverage because of the like thickness of it. You can see here that it is really covering a lot of that side of my hand, but it is like literally sticky. I don't know if you guys can see this, but my finger like sticks to it. Doesn't matter how much you powder it, your face will be sticky. The smell, like I said, oh dear Lord, I cannot stand that smell. It is so bad. It's so hard to blend too. They created a luminous effect, but that's because it literally makes your face look wet and sticky. So unless you are into that, I do not recommend this foundation. It's so bad. I'm having to scrub this off my hand right now because I can literally smell it on my hand. Some eye products. The first two are shadow stick type things from the drugstore, and this is the CoverGirl Smoky Shadow Blast. I don't think anybody likes this thing. It creases, got pretty colors. Like I really do love this really pretty dark brown. This is in, I don't know what shade this is in. Oh, I totally forgot, but it's got this awesome pink, really pretty like chocolatey brown, and if it wasn't for the creasing aspect, these would be great. They're really nice and they're creamy and they're blendable, but as soon as you put it on, like, girl, 5 minutes later, you are going to have oily, creasy eyelids. And the other one is the Almay. This is like the eye enhancer thingy. I got this in the shade for brown eyes, obviously. And I don't like the feel of this. It's very, very dry. And while I don't have the creasing problem, stuff is so dry that it's hard to blend, and just the pigmentation isn't very good. Like this jade type shade here looks really pretty. And when you first swatch it, I mean, you kind of are getting some color payoff there. I mean, it's definitely not anything like that. I mean, it's sheer from the get-go, but as soon as you kind of start blending it out, it pretty much blends out to no color. It's just so dry feeling and so sheer that really there are many other primers that work a million times better. Maybelline Color Tattoos, for example, are a great cream eyeshadow from the drugstore. These, I just think, miss the mark completely. And next are some Maybelline eyeshadows. I kind of realized that I'm not a big fan of Maybelline eyeshadow. At least their regular, these are, what are these, the expert wear ones. Now their Eye Studio ones I think are awesome. Those are really smooth and creamy and pigmented, but their expert wear are just terrible. This is Goody Plum Drop. Just again with the no pigmentation, and I'm rubbing in here and you're getting just really light sheer shadows that swatch okay on the fingers, but on the actual skin you guys can kind of see the bit of the shimmer there, but that's really all it does, and they're just bad, and I'm not a big fan of the Maybelline Expert Wear shadows in general. Totally regret purchasing these and do not recommend them. Two mascaras. The first one has got to be the worst mascara I have literally tried in my entire life. This is the Hyperlash mascara, and I was really intrigued by this because it's got a rubber type of wand, which I do like, and it looked like it would be extremely separating. You guys can see there it's got a lot of little bristles, and it has this really cool comb thing. If you can see right there on the top there, it's a little bit more elongated than these other bristles, and that's supposed to be so you can go through your lashes with the shorter side and then take more of that comby side and comb through your lashes and get a lot of separation. This stuff clumps like no other. It doesn't create a lot of length. For volume, it just clumps your lashes. Overall, it's just a tedious little product to work with. Next one is from Maybelline, and it's the Great Lash LOL, or Lots of Lashes mascara. This interested me because it has this little like teardrop shape applicator. I was drawn in by the gimmick because this is a clumpy little sucker. The fact that the biggest bristles are out here on the side, if you can kind of see that, and then once it starts to go towards the point, there are like no bristles whatsoever, that creates an extremely clumpy effect. I mean, your lashes right here on the inner corner will just become one big eyelash, and then as you start working it through, it just becomes even more clumpy. A really, really gimmicky product and does not work well. Product is a lipstick, and it is from MAC. I actually have quite a few products from MAC I don't like. I'm not a huge MAC fan. Surprisingly enough, there's a little Kylieism for you. Actually, kind of find MAC products to sometimes be a little overrated. But this is the lipstick. It's a luster finish, and this is in the shade Politely Pink. And this looked like a really pretty light sort of frosty pink that would be an easy everyday wearable shade. When I swatched it, I thought that it looked really gorgeous. It's got a beautiful sheen to it. It really looked like it would just be an awesome everyday pink. Like, does that not look like a shade you would want your lips to look like? It's really pretty. However, when it goes on the lips, the mixture of the kind of frost and the light pink, at least on my particular lip color, creates a chapped effect. My lips look dry, they look flaky and crusty and gross, and for that reason, I don't like wearing this. Even with the shine factor, I mean, unless I really top this with an extremely pigmented pink lip gloss, it just doesn't work. So, not a big fan of this. The shade is just awkward for me. And then finally, the last product from MAC that I have is this eyeshadow, and I have this in my palette. This is in the shade Beauty Marked, and I'll sort of tilt it so you guys can see. It's a beautiful black with this awesome like burgundy shimmer. I mean, doesn't that just look gorgeous? The problem with this shade, is that it is just not very pigmented. It's one of those shades that when you swatch it on your finger, sure, it looks kind of pretty. You got like this nice little burgundy black, but as soon as you then take it to your eyes, yeah, that's what you get. You get basically a gray shadow. And what's even more like aggravating is the fact that this is like a $14 eyeshadow, and there's one from Wet n Wild. This is in the Lust palette that is the exact same except so much better. So here is that shade. You can see you still got that beautiful burgundy sparkle going on there. This is so much more pigmented. Look at that. Is that just not gorgeous and rich? And when you put it on your skin, it actually translates. Look at that. This is the MAC one. This is the Wet n Wild one. This is the $14 one. This is the $5 one, where you also get 5 other extremely wonderful pigmented eyeshadows. And the cool thing with this stuff is that the burgundy sparkle actually shows up. You can actually see that gorgeous burgundy that makes MAC's Beauty Mark so unique. And then next I have some nail polishes. So 2 colors from Sinful Colors. This is the shade Why Not, which is like a true blue type of a color, and then Innocent, which is like this lime green. The reason I don't like these is not because of the colors or like the performance. They are really nice colors. They have a really nice opaque type of a creamy finish. However, they stain your nails. Both of these colors stain my nails this awful like Shrek green color. Even this blue, I think it's just the dye in it, really just gives your nails this awful green effect. And you can use a base coat, whatever you want, it just still seeps through and will just make your nails look totally gross and disgusting. And who wants like the weird stained green nails? You look like you have a nail disease. So yeah, not a big fan of these 2 colors. Even though I do like Sinful Colors nail polishes, it's just something about the dye in these stain my nails, so I don't use them anymore. Moving on to a skincare product and then some hair care. This is the Dickinsons Original Witch Hazel Pore Perfecting Toner, and this is just a 100% Witch Hazel toner. And I know Witch Hazel is extremely popular. It's really known for its like pore refining and just complexion bettering benefits, I guess is how you would describe it. This broke me out like crazy. I think I might be allergic to Witch Hazel because as soon as I started using this, I got these red bumps all around my face. The other thing that I can't stand about this is the smell. It smells, okay, this is going to be so weird, but literally every single time I'd put this on my face is what I think. It smells like Buffalo Wild Wings. You know, like the honey barbecue type? Like, that's such a weird description to give a skincare product. Like, this smells like honey barbecue boneless wings. But it literally does. Like, it's so strange, and I can't stand the smell of it. It's just horrible. I don't like the fact that it broke me out. I don't like the fact that it makes my face smell like a boneless wing. And overall, just be cautious if you buy this, because now I have this whole entire bottle that I can't use because it broke me out in a rash. For me, I just bought this huge jug, and now I can't use it. For hair care, the first thing is something I just don't recommend to anyone. It's the Garnier Fructis Style Body Boost Root Booster. I am always in the mood for a good root booster. I love really voluminous roots, and it's kind of hard for me because given just my hair structure, it's very fine and it's very straight, so it's hard to get volume up there. So I've tried millions of different root boosters, and this has got to be the worst. It says that it lifts from the roots, weightless volume, it's got an extreme hold, so your style is going to be there all day. It's not extremely gel-like, but it's not very liquidy either, and what I find this to be is just basically a hairspray. It's so weird, and when you put it in your roots, it gets sticky, it gets thick and tacky, and when they say extreme hold, they're not kidding, because it's like putting glue pretty much in your hair. But for actual like nice flowy roots and just hair that looks very voluminous and pretty, this just didn't work. I don't recommend this at all. And then another Garnier product. This is the Garnier Fructis Style Sleek and Shine Sleek Finish 5-in-1 Serum Spray. I'm sure you guys have seen commercials for this. It has like this girl, she's like misting this on her hair, and it's supposed to be this awesome, easy type of serum because it comes in just a nice little spray nozzle. You can just spray it all over your hair. The problem I have with this is it makes your hair extremely oily, and it doesn't matter if you use a little bit, just a fine mist, any area in which you put this, it will just make your hair look shiny but greasy. There are other types of dry oils out there that I really like. For example, the Got2b Oilicious Triple Oil System Finisher Dry Oil Hair Taming Mist. This little guy, you can pick this up at like Walgreens or something, and it's just their dry oil mist. This is so much better. This has the same kind of idea as this, because basically what this is it's just a dry oil pretty much. But this stuff is so awesome. I mean, this stuff really you can put all over your hair. It'll make your hair look nice and shiny and healthy and really give you a nice amount of manageability and sleekness, but it doesn't make your hair look greasy. I can't do that with this, so I really recommend buying this because I don't use it anymore because I don't like greasy looking hair. Yeah, that is all I have. So this is the end of the rant. Sorry if this was a bit of a doubter video. Just keep in mind with some of these products, like I said in my intro, you guys may love, and I think that's awesome, some of these products may work for you. However, for me, they just are products I so full-heartedly regret buying, and I wouldn't recommend to anyone. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video, even though, like I said, it was a bit of a negative video. Maybe you know some products now to stay away from. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye-bye.